Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A little update from Ukraine. The Russians again conducted a massive drone attack on Ukraine. Again, over 160 drones launched from Russia to hit Ukrainian targets. That's a pattern already in the past at least a week. The Russians increased their drone number that attacked Ukraine to usually around 160, 163, 167, 159, something like that. That's the first topic. The second topic, I have a short video, maybe 10 seconds, of a cheap Russian drone striking a Swedish tank in Ukraine, a running Swedish tank with a 21st century technology to protect it, which are pigeon cages, the dove cages on top of the tank, so the drone cannot hit it, and is nailed bum 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 on the tank, bum 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 bum. I will show you this. Hilarious. This is how the Ukrainians and the Western technology solved the Russian drone attacks on their tanks. 21st century technology, nails and pigeon cages. All right, next one. You know, these baboons in the West, they say, we're going to send peacekeeping troops to Ukraine. We're going to send peacekeeping troops. And the Russian says, yeah, you're going to send it when I say, if I say. And my prediction is they will not send it. So Kremlin responds to reports of plans for Western troops in Ukraine. Guess what the answer is? And the last topic for this video is U.S. Secretary of State outlines preconditions for Trump's in-person meeting with Putin. So now the Americans say, you know what, I think we will, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this in order for our God to meet your, all right? And don't forget, the Americans are talking to the Russians because the Americans and NATO and European Union, they are losing in Ukraine. Not because Russia is winning, not because Russia is losing. If Russia would be losing right now, these guys would not even, wrong number, click, not even answer the phone calls. That's why. So I don't think you're in a position to put all kind of preconditions. But hey, you put your preconditions. Putin said no preconditions. So who's better? Well, these guys think they're still think they have it. So let's start with the first article, or with the first topic, coming from Ukrainska Pravda. The 21st of February 2025. Russia attacks Ukraine with 160 drones. 87 downed, 70 of which failed to reach their targets. That's what? 157 are out, so that means 3 drones. What happened with the 3 drones? All right, 160 drones. All right, and 2 Iskander M missiles. And they attacked what they attacked. So the types drones were attacked, were downed over Kharkiv, Poltava, Sumy, Chernihiv, Cherkasy, Kiev, Kirovohrad, Zhytomyr, Vinnytsia, Mykolaiv, Kherson, and Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. And right here, Odessa as well. It says that Russia had attacked Ukraine with drones, but also with Iskander missiles launched from temporarily occupied Crimea towards the city of Odessa. So the Russians launched the missiles towards Odessa and everything else to these counties or oblasts. And we're going to find out the drones were launched from the Russian cities of Oriol, Bryansk, Kursk, Milerovo, or Shatalovo. Okay, let's see where these things are. First, the counties, the oblast. You might read about Zhytomyr, Vinnytsia, this Khmelnytsky, this area. Nothing on the Polish side. Then you have Kiev, Cherkasy, Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv, Kharkov, Poltava, and then Dnipropetrovsk. Was it Mykolaiv? I don't think they said Kherson, and Odessa. Let me see, was it Mykolaiv there? No, it was right here, Mykolaiv. All right, so where did the Russians launch their missiles? From Crimea, from here straight to Odessa, right there, Crimea, with love for Odessa in here. And drones were launched from where? Shatalovo is in the Smolensk area. Then you got Bryansk, they said the cities of Bryansk, Oriol, Kursk. So this 3+1 right here, 3+1, pam pam pam. And then you have Milerovo, is right where this weird stuff is, right here, Milerovo. And then Primorsko-Akhtarsk in the southeast, across from the Sea of Azov, from Berdyansk and Mariupol, which is right here. Not Yeisk, this is Primorsko-Akhtarsk. So that's it. So from here the missiles, from here the drones, from Milerovo the drones, from Kursk, Oriol, Bryansk and Shatolova from here. All right, let's see what else. They didn't hit anything, obviously, because they're losers. Right here, this is the same article. Let's see if this guy say that the Russian forces in a massive air assault. This is the evidence of, so no missile was shot down, only these drones, as you can see, they're all down over there, according to this. This is the evidence, the visual representation of the carnage. All right, what they do? All right, ready detection, paka-tsaka, maka-paka. They don't say anything about any damages. Probably there were not any damages. Next. Russia Today. Russian drone hits EU-supplied Ukrainian tank. Video. The 83rd, and that's the video right there. Running with the cages on top of it. Look at that. Is it the cages? Right there. That's a cage. Let me tell you, my friends. Oh my God. When I was a kid, I used to have doves, pigeons. And you know, when you buy the pigeon, if you don't breed it yourself, or the dove, you buy it and you make sure that you buy it young, not old, because if it's kind of old, they will return to the source or fly back, find its way, and they're going to go back to the guy who sold it to you. So you have to keep them in a cage with a view of wherever you live, in order to get them used to the view for about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, something like this. It depends. And then after you release them, you hope that during the nighttime they will come back and enter their cage where they have their food and so on, and they have their nest. So sometimes they go back to where you bought it from, or if they're born over there with the eggs, obviously they hatch and they are born over there, they will stay forever unless you sell them and as the process goes. But if they're old, they will return to the owner where they were born. So these are the pigeon cages right on top of the tanks. They're hammered over there with real names. It's unbelievable. So this is the 83rd Guards Air Assault Brigades claim to have taken out a Swedish-designed Strv-122A. That's what it is, my friends. It was taken out. What can you do? I have another video. Let me see. Oh, another video. This one is just sitting down, laying eggs, I guess. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, he's going after the other one, Zampansanka. I'm gonna catch you, baby doll, from behind because we like it that way. Where you running? Wait for me. Stick around. Come on, baby doll. Oh, there you go. You curve. All right, you run in zigzag. Do you think you're Formula One or something? Rally. I'm coming. Catch me if you can. I can. There it is. A little bit. And now we're gonna see that pigeon cage over there. And that's the end of it, my friends. This guy is already dead right there in the sand. Or maybe he's just, I don't know. So, that's with the Swedish tanks, with laying eggs. All right, let's see the Russian answer to the response to the plans to deploy Western troops in Ukraine. And here it is. According to Russia Today, any stationing of militaries from NATO countries would be unacceptable. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov has said. That means off. Good job. Great. U.S. Secretary of State outlines preconditions for Trump's in-person meeting with Putin. Friends will be friends right till the end. Okay, let's move. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has stated that the question of a face-to-face meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin was discussed during a meeting in Riyadh, though he could not specify when it would take place. Asked whether it might happen later in 2025, the Secretary of State replied, "I don't know the timing of it, but a meeting between President Putin and President Trump has to be a meeting about something." Correct. Look at this. Ukrainska Pravda does not recognize Vladimir Putin as a president, but he was elected. But the guys in charge of these guys, Zelensky, Stein, oh, well, you know, it's martial law. Quote, we have to know what the meeting is about, what's going to be achieved at it. You don't generally have these meetings only you know some outcome or some progress has been made. Great. Therefore, Rubio noted, when the meeting happens will largely depend on whether we can make any progress on ending the war in Ukraine. That sounds very reasonable and logical. Well, we'll find out. When there's a will, there's a way. It's not only that. I'm going to show you two more articles in relation to this topic. Ukraine Forum, Trump-Putin meeting depends on progress towards ending the war, Ukraine war. Excellent, fantastic, and this is more imbecilic right here, clank. New Voice of Ukraine, Rubio. US sanctions on Russia to stay unless Moscow changes course. How about the Russians will talk to you only when you change course? I mean, let's put it this way. If you look at the realities in Ukraine, are the Russians losing? Is their economy destroyed? Is Putin by the Kremlin? No, none of this happened. So then that means if this, which was the goal of the other ones to do to Russia, if this is unachieved, that means it's unsuccessful, that means you're losing. So these guys are successful, they parried, blocked, whatever they did, and they countered and advanced towards you. That means they're winning. That is automatically the other side must be losing. You can't both win. I mean, right? So in a fight between the two, if one is winning, automatically the other one is losing. So in this case, I think we know who the winner is and who the loser is. L from, okay, loser. So if you have that, then think about this. Rubio said, we're going to keep the sanctions until they change course. They don't have to change any course because they're not losing. Let's put it this way. So that means you're losing. So you're not in any position to say, I'm going to give you a candy, kid, if you do what I tell you, if you change your behavior. I think it's exactly the other way around. We're going to stop the war and continue to lose unless you change your behavior. So this is, how should I put it, the ideology or I don't even know how to call it, the model of inverses, where truth is a lie, lie is the truth, up is down, left is right, right is left. You know, like in Alice in Wonderland, you know, these guys live in the baboonish way. I mean, why don't you tone down your garbage? Why don't you try to say, yeah, that's true, they will stay. I think the better statement would have been like this, not unless Moscow changes course. It would be like this. Well, the sanctions could, be lifted, our sanctions, imbecilic sanctions, mind you. Our imbecilic sanctions might be if we come to agreements, you know, and if we get along and we are going to have a partnership, of course they will come down. That would be a more, diplomatic way to say it. You don't say, a kid, because exactly the difference of power here, supposedly, and authority. Kid, you're going to receive this when you're going to clean your room. And the kid comes and punches you in the face and knocks you out. Why? Because he's not a kid, my friends. So let me skim through this little article and see if this is exactly what you said. Right here. Or it's just the make-believe, mirage, delusional Ukrainian interpretation of what you said. All right. According to a report, after a meeting with Russian negotiations, Rubio signaled incredible opportunities for partnership with Russians. So that's not this so far. However, just hours later, Rubio tried to calm anxious European allies, assuring them that the talks did not signal a sharp shift in US policy, as many had feared. Okay, nothing yet. I want to see the quotations. If I don't see quotations, I don't believe it. I don't want anybody's interpretation, including mine. All right, I'm telling the truth even when I'm lying. Remember Tony Montana in Scarface? All right, so I don't see any quotations here. That means that's not what he said. So, you know that, go fuck yourself. That's what I say to the New Voice of Ukraine. But anyway, I don't like this guy's interpretation. He went to Gigi, all right? And then you interpret it, he went and he destroyed Gigi. No, he went to Gigi. It doesn't mean anything happened. Maybe Gigi smacked him. But they interpret it already far-fetched, Oh, he went and up Gigi. No, he went to Gigi. Well, what happened? We don't know. We don't know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think I said enough. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you later.